Yeah, hi there. These comments are for YC, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the online course, the 7-Step System to Pass a TOEFL IBT. And you're also one of my Level 5 TOEFL students over here at California State University, San Bernardino. You completed an independent speaking practice test number 11. So let's hear what you have to say.
Students often feel boring when they have in class. How can...
I would say not students feel boring, but students feel bored. You want to use passive meaning there. Students feel bored by the class, right? So I would use what's called the past participle there, not the present participle.
Teacher makes students feel enjoyable and fun in having class. How can teacher make students feel enjoyable and fun?
Now, we don't say enjoyful. You want to say enjoyable. If you want to take enjoy the verb and make it an adjective, you have to put able on it. And I know what you're thinking. It is possible sometimes to put ful on the end of a word, right, to make it an adjective. But enjoy, don't ask me why, but enjoy, we say enjoyable. So that's kind of a word choice issue you're having. Keep reading, keep watching TV, talk to native speakers. You get a little bit more used to the language.
In having class, there are 3 ways to solve this problem. First, the teacher should interact with students. For example,
I think you want to say the teacher should interact with the students. You're using the adjective. You're saying the teacher should interactive. So again, you're not exactly sure sometimes what is the correct form of the word to use.
When they have in class, they can pause class and tell the students to pick up pencil, books, and so on. The second, take the student.
Now here's a question. So you're saying first, second, and third, but where is this information coming from? Is this information coming from a reading passage? Is it coming from a lecture? It's a good idea to acknowledge what these sources are so we can understand that you're actually summarizing someone else's ideas, and it will better frame what you're trying to do around the speaking task.
To the real place and make them relaxing, not boring.
I would say make them relaxed, not boring. So in that case, you probably want the ed there, not the ing, but boring in that case is okay because you're saying you don't want to make the subject matter boring to the students, or the students are bored by the subject matter.
The third ways. Be friendly with your teacher, and this is an effective way.
All right, so thank you for completing this particular practice test. Let's take a look at the rubrics. We can get a general idea of how you will score here. Okay, let's take a look at the topic development. The big issue, you more or less have, for the most part, some of the main points. But it isn't exactly clear where this information is coming from, so you want to make sure that when you're summarizing someone else's ideas, you acknowledge where it's coming from. You can say the reading passage states, the speaker claims, or the article presents information to, or another point that the speaker makes is. So you have to kind of be clear where all this information is coming from, because if you don't say it, then we assume that these are all your ideas, which in this case they're not. You're speaking about someone else's ideas. So I think you can improve your topic development a little bit better in those areas. Now, if you're not sure what I'm talking about or how to improve in those areas, if you go to my speaking lesson number 7, I do have one of the tips in that particular lesson will show you how to better organize your speaking responses around the task. Now let's take a look at your language use. I'll be honest with you, you got a lot of trouble with your language use. One of the main things right now is we have nouns, adjectives, adverbs, and verbs, you're not exactly sure where to put these words in the sentence or what kind of ending you want to use with these particular words. So you have to work a little bit more on that. Now, I don't have any particular grammar lessons that deal specifically with word forms, but if you read a lot and practice a lot of listening, that's a good step. And when you're reading, here's what I'd recommend. As you're reading, try to identify in the sentences that you see. You might take maybe 10 minutes and do this every day. A little bit of grammar practice as you read. It might help you. So when you read the article, underline all the nouns, underline all the verbs, all the adjectives, all the adverbs. Go ahead and underline them, and then pay attention to the ending of those particular words. Remember how you said enjoyful instead of enjoyable, or you said interactive instead of interact? So you have to kind of get used to how we use these words in sentences, and it'll be a little bit easier for you later on. So right now you got to work a lot on your language use areas. Now, I also recommend vocabulary lesson number 3. I think that's a great start for you also to help you develop a little bit better command over the vocabulary. With your pronunciation, you do have quite a few pronunciation problems. So I would encourage you to keep working in the pronunciation area of my course. Start with the lessons on vowel and consonant sounds, and once you're done with that, you can move on to the more difficult areas of the pronunciation section of my course. All right, your score here, I'm going to put you at 1.83 out of 4, 14 points out of 30. On this particular practice test. Now, for the purposes of our class, let me take a look at the rubrics just quickly so I can tell you what your grade is for our class. So you had 1.83, that's going to put you at 65% for this particular assignment. All right? Thank you.